Thank you, Colin Pop Jones. Cumberland, this is Kyle speaking.
The pizza's here! Yay! I know, right?
Two vehicles, same model, same color, same price. The difference? The Tom Wood vehicle is a better value because it comes with our exclusive lifetime powertrain coverage at no cost to you. Find the car you want the way you want at tomwood.com.
Welcome to the historic Jack Keefer Gymnasium at Lawrence North High School. Started tonight's MIC Network Game of the Week between the Lawrence North Wildcats and the Zionsville Eagles. Alongside Will Matchett, I'm Josh Ayen, and we've got a good matchup between two teams. Will, for Lawrence North, of course, coming off a state title last year, they lost 4 of their 5 starters, but they return a really good starter in Jayla Smith.
That is right, Jayla Smith. You know, she is a great all-around player, probably the best two-way player they have on this team. Can play great defense, and if you look back at that state championship game, you know, 5 3-pointers, which tied the state record, and, you know, 24 points to go along with that. So just a great all-around player, and she's going to have to lead this team if they want to get back to state.
Of course, the cupboard isn't completely bare for head coach Chris Skiffen. Like I mentioned, losing 4 of their 5 starters, but they do have a bunch of role players from last year's state title team that have slid into the starting lineup. Monica Williams, Sydney Hughes are a couple of names to bring up.
Yeah, you know, one person can't do it all, so Monica and, you know, the rest of the team are going to have to step it up. As you said, they lost 4 of their 5 starters, so, you know, one person can't do it all, so, you know, it's an all-around game, and everybody has to play their role and do their part.
And meanwhile, for the Zionsville Eagles, head coach Andy McGuire is looking to turn the page after a disappointing 6-17 record. And they've got the talent to do it. They've got a pair of very talented forwards in Katie Richardson and Layla Hall.
Yeah, those two really special. And, you know, looking at their season opener against Crispus Attucks, it was a blowout win, 95-45. And, you know, Layla Hull, she put up 24 points in that one. So, you know, they're looking to turn this season around. 6-17 last season, you know, far from impressive, but you know, I think this program is looking to turn around, and I think they're going to have a great season.
As you see on your screen, we got the talented Miss Basketball contender in Jayla Smith. She eclipsed the 1,000 point last week. She's actually going to be recognized right before tip-off with a game ball from last week's win against Anderson. In that contest, she came into the game with 998 points, scored 18, and so she is over the 1,000 point mark. Will, for both teams, as you look at them on the floor, what are some of your keys to tonight's game?
Obviously, we've been talking about Layla Smith all night long, and you know, I think if they put the ball in her hands, they're in good shape, and feeding the paint for Zionsville, and you know, it's just going to be a brutal battle for both teams, but I think we have a great game in store tonight.
Well, we have a great matchup in store. Our first girls basketball game of the season here on the MIC Network. Just tip-off is just minutes away. We'll introduce your starting lineups when we come back.
Thank you, Colin Pop Jones. Cumberland, this is Kyle speaking.
The pizza's here. I was right.
Choose a luxury vehicle as unique as you at TomWood.com.
We believe you can't put a price on peace of mind, so we don't. With Tom Wood's lifetime powertrain coverage, you're protected for unlimited miles and unlimited time, all at no cost to you. Find the car you want, the way you want at TomWood.com.
The MIC Network Game of the Week is a proud product of Frontrunner Media's Next Generation Initiative. Thanks to Frontrunner, the MIC Network Game of the Week allows students around the MIC to get hands-on experience while working alongside media professionals. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by the hard-working students that make it possible. The MIC Network, led by students, powered by champions.
2 vehicles, same model, same color, same price. The difference? The Tom Wood vehicle is a better value because it comes with our exclusive lifetime powertrain coverage at no cost to you. Find the car you want, the way you want at TomWood.com.
Thank you, Colin Pop Jones. Cumberland, this is Kyle speaking.
The pizza's here.
Give me my Papa John's.
The cheese is my favorite. I love the plain.
that Supreme?
Good.
I really want to.
They scored touchdowns here. You gotta be able to get these guys off the field to get the nice punt.
Yeah.
Tom Wood's lifetime powertrain coverage includes the 4 most important systems in your vehicle for unlimited miles and unlimited time at no cost to you. Protection from expensive repairs for a lifetime. Find the car you want the way you want at tomwood.com.
The Mick Network Game of the Week is presented by Papa John's, the Indianapolis Marriott East Center, Brand Visions, and Frontrunner Media.
Choose a luxury vehicle as unique as you at tomwood.com.
Welcome back to Lawrence North High School side tonight's Mick Network Game of the Week. And as you just saw on screen, Jayla Smith, the lone returning starter for Lawrence North, was recognized for eclipsing the 1,000-point mark in her career, currently sitting with 1,017 points.
You know, it's always a special moment when any high school player gets to 1,000.
And of course, starting lineups will be introduced momentarily right after this.
Choose a luxury vehicle as unique as you at tomwood.com.
Thank you, calling Pop John's Cumberland. This is Kyle speaking.
The pizza's here.
Give me my Papa John's.
The pizza's my favorite. I love the plane.
that Supreme? Good.
I really want network name of the week. They scored touchdowns here. You gotta be able to get these guys off the field to get the next punt.
Yeah.
Tom Wood's lifetime powertrain coverage includes the 4 most important systems in your vehicle for unlimited miles and unlimited time at no cost to you. Protection from expensive repairs for a lifetime. Find the car you want the way you want at tomwood.com.
Welcome back to Lawrence North High School side of tonight's MIC Network Game of the Week between the Wildcats of Lawrence North and the Eagles of Zionsville High School. Starters are about to be introduced, as you see on your screen. Let's start with the visiting Eagles. And as we mentioned at the top of our broadcast, Will, Katie Richardson and Layla Hall, the 2 forwards, are the best players on this Zionsville squad. And if the Eagles are going to come away with a road win tonight, it's going to have to go through those 2.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. Those guards just feed it inside, and Zionsville, they could get away with a win against, a tough LN squad.
Another name to keep an eye on tonight, Faith Leedy, number 3, as you see on the top right there. She's a 5'4" freshman, and in her debut last week against Crispus Attucks, she scored 10 points and 7 assists, a very promising point guard, as part of a very promising freshman class for Andy McGuire's crew. Now let's switch gears now to Lawrence North. As we mentioned, Jayla Smith, the one and go-to player for this Lawrence North squad heading to Purdue next season. And of course, some other notable names on that starting lineup. You've got Sydney Hughes, another fellow senior, Shamaria Walker, who's been a really reliable role player, and some of the other names. And Will, who are some of the other names for this Lawrence North squad we should be paying attention to?
You should definitely look at Monica Williams. I think she stands out to me, and she's going to be a big role in this game if Ellen wants to come out with a win.
Monica Williams last season averaged 4 points per game, shot 43% from the floor, as well as 37% from deep. Just moments away from tip-off here at Lawrence North High School. Zionsville in their all-black jerseys, green numerals, Lawrence North in their home white uniforms with the red numerals. At the center jump circle, it is Layla Hull for Zionsville and Sydney Hughes for Lawrence North. And we are underway here at Jack Kiefer Gymnasium. Zionsville wins the opening tip, as Layla Hull has it right now on the opening possession. Now to the corner, Faith Leedy for 3, that's short. Offensive rebound for Zionsville. And a jostle for the loose ball. Still scrambling forward, it looks like Monica Williams has it, and a jump ball is called. Possession arrow favors the Wildcats.
Already a scramble for the ball, Josh. Both teams getting after it.
This Lawrence North squad looked pretty sloppy in their first game against Noblesville. They fell short in that one, 48-40. They did have a nice bounce-back win in their home opener last week against Anderson, winning 69-46. Errant pass batted around. Luckily, that wasn't a turnover for Lawrence North, as Jayla Smith gives up possession. Walker dribbling inside, loses control. And Monica Williams doing a good job to track down the loose ball. Inside Williams, that shot is short, rebounded by number 32, Katie Richardson. Keep an eye on Richardson tonight for Zionsville. She's heading to Miami of Ohio next year. And there's Richardson almost getting the first basket for Zionsville. Instead, Jayla Smith comes up with the rebound. And an easy dribble drive for Smith as she gets Lawrence North on the board.
That was a very nice take. Great way to open up the floor for LN.
She scored 18 in the win over Anderson last week. Lawrence North with the early lead with 6.5 to go in the first quarter. Some good pressure by Lawrence North. Possession will stay with the Eagles. And Lady, this talented freshman point guard, inbounds it. That one is nearly stolen away, and it is a turnover on Zionsville as that last touched Alyssa McCarthy, the 5'6" junior.
Great hustle by Graves right there. You know, you always love a hustle player on your team. Get it all done.
Graves, again, one of those role players from last year's state title team for Lawrence North. She had a very critical three-pointer against Northwestern in that state finals game.
Nice pass.
Meanwhile, good entry pass inside to Sydney Hughes as she is on the board. And Lawrence North has an early 4-0 lead, opening minutes of this first quarter. Here's Hall dribbling inside, and that one is stolen away. Excellent job by Hughes to force the jump ball.
Great defense by LN so far, right out the gate.
And that's been a calling card of this Lawrence North squad, defense and three-pointers. Typically, they like to play 2-3. Right now, you're seeing a little bit more of a man-to-man concept. Hull's three-pointer is off target, but she does collect the rebound. And Zionsville still searching for their first basket. Instead, another steal. Hughes comes up with it. Now with it, Jayla Smith giving it up to Anijah Graves. And a foul is called on the floor, the first foul for either side. That one, it appears it will go on number 20, Alyssa McCarthy, her first personal. Checking into the ballgame for the first time is Mallory Hurt, the 6-foot sophomore. Smith, there it is, lines it up for three and buries it. She's got an early 5 as Lawrence North extends their opening run 7-0. Zionsville in desperate need of some points. Don't want this one to get away from them. Here's Lady for three, that's no good. And Hurt collects the offensive rebound and finally puts the Eagles on the board. Layla Hull, a talented 6'1" sophomore, already garnering Division I interest. Meanwhile, Lawrence North, looks like that things are clicking early as Graves is off target with that three ball. From the elbow, Richardson is short, rebounded by Sydney Hughes, rather Monica Williams. And another foul on the floor as that one will go against Richardson, her first personal. So, Will, what do you like from the Wildcats so far? How have they been able to get off to this early start, to this early lead?
Great defense by them. A couple jump balls and a couple of steals so far, and just fast break transition points are helping them out. 7-2 lead right now.
Zionsville showing zone on this defensive possession. And almost a turnover. Now it is, as Zionsville's looking to go fast. Hull inside is fouled on the fast break opportunity. She'll be heading to the line for the first free throw opportunities for Zionsville.
Great take by Hull right there. You know, if they're going to want to get some momentum, I say you feed Layla Hull right now.
The foul goes against Monica Williams, her first personal, as Hull drills that first free throw. She's got all the points right now for Zionsville. We've got a timeout on the floor for Lawrence North. As we have a break in the action, let's take a look at Jayla Smith and what she's been able to do for this Lawrence North team so far.
Zionsville can't let her outside the three-point line. She's deadly out there, and she's gonna make them pay if they don't close out on her.
Of course, Jayla Smith, one of the best three-point shooters in the state. Last year, she shot 30% from deep, but really her signature performance was last year at Bankers Live Fieldhouse.
Yeah.
She led the team in points on that night with 22, one of only 2 double-figure scores in the 2020 Class 4A state title game.
And as I said, she tied the state final record with 5 threes as well.
Hull lines up the second free throw. She is 2 for 2 and has all 4 of Zionsville's points as they've cut it to within a possession. Zionsville once again showing zone, a 1-3-1 look. And meanwhile, Lanaya Early, a sophomore, checking in for the first time for Lawrence North. She tees up a 3, that's short. And rebounded by Richardson.
Great defense by Zionsville on that possession.
And that one is blocked from behind by Jayla Smith. A foul is called on the floor. And that one will go against Zionsville. So great job by Lawrence North to deny that fast break opportunity.
Excellent transition defense right there for the Cats.
Also checking into the game, we've got number 4, Ariel Helm, the 5'10", junior, as Jayla Smith picks up the offensive rebound, and she is fouled on the floor. And Lawrence North doing a good job of avoiding the slow start that plagued them in their opening season loss against Noblesville. Smith tees that 3 up, but that one was partially blocked. It will stay with Lawrence North after Faith Leedy tips that ball out of bounds. Graves set to inbound. Helm dribbling inside out to Early. Nearly loses the handle. Just over 3 minutes to go in this first quarter. As Graves tees up another 3, that's short. A blocking foul will be called on the floor. That one will go against Monica Williams, and that is already her second personal.
Lawrence North, they just cannot knock that 3 ball down right now. You know, they're just going to have to look to something else, I guess.
And head coach Chris Giffen for Lawrence North going to take out Williams with those 2 fouls. Sydney Hughes will check back into the ballgame. Let's see if Zionsville can cut into this 3-point deficit. Great defense, like you said, Will. Entry pass inside, now back out. And that's going to be an over and back violation. No, the officials will say it touched a Lawrence North player. Actually very surprised at that call. Meanwhile, dribbling inside, kicking it out, Richardson for 3, that's short. Good job by Hughes to collect the rebound. Lawrence North trying to build on that 3-point lead. Here's a deep 3 ball, that's good. Jayla Smith off to a torrid start, already 8 points in this first quarter. Lawrence North up by 6. That was basically a free throw jumper. Maya Childress gets her first basket, the 5'10" junior.
Like I said, you cannot let Jayla Smith shoot that 3, even if she's 5-10 feet behind the arc.
Now it's a 10-8 ball game. Inside, Helm being double teamed, finishes through contact, and she'll be heading to the line for a potential 3-point play.
Excellent dish right here inside. And then to finish with the strength and the toughness.
Helm, a 5'10" junior, didn't really see many minutes last year on that state championship team. She's hoping to carve out a bigger role for herself this year as she misses the free throw that's jostled around. And what a job by Sydney Hughes to get not 1 but 2 offensive boards. Meanwhile, Smith can't make Zionsville pay, but look at Lanaya Early finding the soft spot in the zone, and Jayla Smith nearly gets another steal.
These are the possessions that Coach Giffen wants to see right here. Hustle. What do we see? Just 4 or 5 rebounds right there on the offensive side?
Just about. I lost track right there, Will. Now Lawrence North leads 14-6 as Lawrence North now showing a 2-2-1 press on the floor.
Suffocating defense from LN right now.
And a traveling violation on Zionsville. There you go, the press disrupting the rhythm for Zionsville.
Yeah, Zionsville just can't get any rhythm right now. LN playing very, very good defense.
Mallory Hurt checking in as Katie Richardson will take a seat for Zionsville. Just over a minute to go, and Lawrence North looks well in control so far. And here comes a double team for Smith as she has to get rid of it. Out to the corner. Helm driving along the baseline, and she is fouled by Leedy. Faith Leedy picks up her first personal. Already 5 team fouls on this Zionsville team. Smith with it now. Under a minute to go in the first quarter. Step back 2 on the way. That's no good. And here's a fast break opportunity for Zionsville. That one is no good as Abby Eiler wasn't able to convert. Smith, meanwhile, giving it up for 3. That's good.
What a pass by Jayla Smith to the outside, knock down the 3 ball. Can't get better than that, Josh.
Jayla Smith doing it all, scoring and dishing as Lanaya Early gets on the board. Already a 17-6 lead for this Lawrence North squad as we approach the final seconds of the first quarter. Here comes Graves, dribbling inside, kicking it out early. Same spot as last time. That one's no good. And a half-court heave at the buzzer is no good. So Lawrence North, at the end of one, leads 17-6. We'll step aside for a moment. You are watching the MIC Network Game of the Week.
Choose a luxury vehicle as unique as you at TomWood.com.
Welcome back to Lawrence North High School, and the MIC Network welcomes the Tom Wood Automotive Group as our newest partner. If you're looking for a new Nissan, Toyota, Lexus, or one of the other 9 brands they sell, let the exceptional team at Tom Wood help you find your next car, or keep the car you now drive in tip-top shape. Check out all their locations at tomwood.com. So far, all Wildcats leading 17-6. And Will, you talked a lot about this Lawrence North defense. Getting it done at that end of the floor. They've really done a good job of keeping Zionsville out of a rhythm. Yeah,
Zionsville, they just can't get any offense going, whether it's transition or they're setting plays. Just, as I said, suffocating defense by LN, and they're doing a great job so far.
And, of course, this Zionsville team looking to get back to their winning ways. As Zionsville finally gets their first 3-pointer of the night, Mallory Hurt with that one. She only shot 17% from deep last year. That's a good early sign for the Eagles as they try to claw back into this one. Zionsville continuing to show zone. Lanaya Early, corner 3, answers right back.
Early with another one. Big three for LN.
Early only shot 26% from deep last season. Again, she has not been shy from shooting those corner 3s, and already 2 of them in the corner spots.
I don't think LN will shy away from giving the ball in her hands if she's in the corner.
That might have been a turnover on Zionsville. As Katie Richardson will check out, Faith Leedy will sit down. So 20-9 is your score, matching the largest lead of the night for Lawrence North. Meanwhile, Smith kicking it to the corner again. That Zionsville defense trying to shut down Lanaya early. Meanwhile, Ariel Helm inside is fouled. And that might go on Richardson. We'll see what the official signal is. It is on 50 instead. That is Caitlin McKinday, the 5'4" sophomore.
You look early in that play, Jayla Smith able to bring in 2-3 Zionsville defenders and open up the court for the rest of the team.
The foul actually goes on Mallory Hurt, her first personal. As Helm misses the...
Another great dish inside and hard foul.
Another substitution as Sophia Payline, a 6'1" freshman, checking in. Payline, part of a very talented group of freshmen for this Zionsville squad. And a good chunk of them are not available tonight as they are dealing with some quarantine issues. So Helm goes 0 for 2 as that was nearly a travel. Instead, Ariel Helm with a double whammy as she will be called for the foul. And it's Helm's first personal. The strike. And Zionsville able to cut it back down to single digits, trailing 20-11. Meanwhile, Jayla Smith trying to pick up where she last left off in the first quarter. She led the team with 8. Sydney Hughes can't convert on the long 2. Smith has to get rid of it. Here's Helm wide open for 3. That's too long. Sydney Hughes with the rebound. Instead, Jayla Smith launches from deep. That one's no good.
Zionsville playing great perimeter defense right now.
Playing well on the perimeter, but they can't collect those long rebounds. Meanwhile, Early connects for her.
Another one.
That's her third three-pointer. She leads the team with 9, and we've got a 30-second timeout on the floor. Well, if you are looking for custom-designed apparel for your organization or company, you'll win every time when you team up with the folks at Brand Visions. No order is too small or too large, so before you pay too much, get a quote from Brand Visions. Contact them today at brandvisionsllc.com. Let's take another look at Lanaya Early's third three-pointer. She is on fire to start this one.
Really impressive. You know, we talk about Jayla Smith all the time, but Lanaya Early coming up with big points with 3 three-pointers already early in this game.
Early was one of those role players from last year's state title team. She actually had a couple of chances to get some big minutes as Lawrence North was dealing with some injuries. And I bet you those minutes as a freshman are going to pay dividends down the stretch as she'll have to play a larger role for this year's Lawrence North team. Meanwhile, Layla Hull can't connect on that 3-ball. Monica Williams picks up the rebound. She dribbles inside.
Oh, wow.
Finishes.
Great take by Williams right there.
Monica Williams on the board. And what a scoop to the hoop by this young sophomore.
Josh, that is not an easy basket we're talking about right here. The and one opportunity, driving in, creating contact, getting that foul. Great job by Monica Williams right there.
And checking into the ballgame for the first time is number 23 for Lawrence North as Williams completes the three-point play. Lawrence North now with their largest lead of the night, 26-11. And here's a steal. Jayla Smith connects for an easy 2. Jayla Smith already in double figures with 10 as we've got another timeout on the floor. So Lawrence North with an excellent start, leading 28-11 as we take another look at the steal by Jayla Smith. Zionsville, by my count, has already committed a handful of turnovers. And a lot of credit goes to this Lawrence North defense. Again, a bedrock of this Chris Giffen program.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about them all night. All night.
And it's interesting to see, too, how Chris Giffen has adjusted this team. Of course, as we mentioned, they've lost 4 of their 5 starters from last year's state title team. But, you know, part of the reason why they were so good defensively was from their 2-3 zone. Tonight we've seen a little bit more man-to-man from Lawrence North. Meanwhile, let's see what Andy McGuire can do to answer for this Zionsville team. Inside, Sophia Payline is fearless. The fearless freshman already with 4 points. And it's back to a 15-point game as Zionsville once again shows zone. Shamaria Walker kicking it out. Here comes Monica Williams with the dish and the turnover. Leedy coming on the fast break, gives it up to Layla Hull off the glass. That's no good, but she does collect the rebound. And here's Payline, who connects from deep. Sophia Payline, a 6'1" freshman, already has 7 points for Zionsville, and it's down to 12. Jayla Smith can't answer, but they do collect another offensive rebound, and Monica Williams gets the teardrop to fall. The offensive rebound killing the Zionsville team in the first half. Now Payline facing a double team. Richardson kicking it out. A good dish inside. Payline off the glass, no good. Rebound, no good. Richardson forces a jump ball, and that's going back to Lawrence North. Now Shamaria Walker leads this Lawrence North possession, trying to build on their 14-point lead as we approach the 4-minute mark of the second quarter. Walker giving it up to Smith. A good look inside to Michaela Washington-Cobb, who can't connect. Meanwhile, Payline giving it up to Layla Hull off the glass and almost gets the friendly bounce. Instead, Hull will be heading to the free throw line. Got a couple substitutions ready to check in. Zionsville has had a couple of fast break opportunities, but they have hardly cashed in on them tonight, Will.
Yeah, if they want to get back in this game quickly, you want to see them get back in the fast break transition, and you know, that was a great example right there from Layla Hull.
Washington-Cobb will take a seat, as well as Hurt for Zionsville. Layla Hull, meanwhile, goes 2 for 2. She is 4 of 4 tonight from the charity stripe. And it's back to a 12-point game with 3.5 to go in the first half.
Only down by 12, just a couple good possessions, and they're right back in this game.
Helm gets the friendly bounce. A good job by Lawrence North to answer back. Here's another turnover for Zionsville. Jayla Smith leading the fast break. And she gives it up. Offense resets as Smith dribbles through traffic. Another teardrop, rattles in.
And she's looking really good tonight. Very strong first half so far.
12 points for the Purdue commit and the Miss Basketball contender. Zionsville, or rather Lawrence North, leads Zionsville 34-18, under 3 to go. Hull dribble drive inside, too strong. Gets the rebound, and she draws the foul, but that will be on the floor.
They're going to need more of those plays. They're going to get back in this game. Offensive rebounds, crashing that glass.
Well, you and I talked about that. Hull and Richardson were going to have to be the two leading players for this team if they were going to have a chance to win. So far, Katie Richardson, scoreless.
Yeah.
Layla Hull only has 6, but she's not even the leading scorer for this team right now. That's Sophia Paline. Meanwhile, another near steal as Maya Childress gets recycled.
What a block.
Excellent block by Jayla Smith. She leads the team in transition. Oh, pass was a little too hard. She tried to find Sydney Hughes slipping underneath the defense. Instead, that'll be a turnover for Lawrence North, a rare turnover tonight, at least in this first half.
That was a great transition, but just a little bit of miscommunication on that one.
Now we've got a foul on the floor as Shamaria Walker will pick up a personal. Six team fouls for Lawrence North, 7 for Lawrence North. And Hull buries a three-pointer. That is much needed for this Zionsville team that is trying to stay in this one.
No doubt, no doubt.
While Monica Williams thought about a three, instead gives it up. And look at that tight defense on Jayla Smith as she draws the contact. And if you're Zionsville, that's what you have to do. You cannot give any breathing room to Jayla Smith, otherwise she's gonna punish you.
I mean, you look at this, she's almost parallel to the ground, and she still almost threw it in.
Of course, Jayla Smith, a very talented player. Again, eclipsing the 1,000-point mark last week in the win over Anderson, excuse me. She's the only lone double-digit scorer from last year, too, averaging 13 points per game. Smith goes 1 for 2 from the stripe, but she still leads the team with 13. Under 2 minutes to go, and Lawrence North looking to close out a strong first half against Zionsville. Hurt has to give it up to Layla Hull. She scored the last bucket for Zionsville. Instead, Hurt posting up. And Hull fires from deep, and that's no good.
Another great defensive possession. The Wildcats right there, and another transition bucket for LN.
Sydney Hughes gets the bucket in transition. Lawrence North once again showing a press. As we approach the 1-minute mark.
There's another steal.
Hughes in the lane, that's no good. Collects the rebound. And Smith is going to be called for double dribbling. So a rare error tonight for Jayla Smith. So we've got some more substitutions on the floor. Anijah Graves checking back in for Lawrence North. Lawrence North again showing press, and a wide open three is no good. Down the other way, Graves. Resetting the offense for Lawrence North. And Smith left wide open for three, and she gets the friendly roll once again. Already 3 triples on the night for Jayla Smith.
They've got it rolling right now, and another steal from LN.
Lanaya Early collects the steal and gives it up to Smith. On the baseline, can't get the finish. Dive for the loose ball. Early picks it up. 15 seconds to go. And Smith wide open in the corner. Bang! Again. 4 triples in the first half for Jayla Smith. Final seconds.
Wow.
And Lawrence North takes a 22-point lead into the half. All thanks, almost all thanks to Jayla Smith.
Yeah, what a way to end the half. Swinging the ball around the arc, wide open for the three.
Well, I'm sure we'll be seeing some more torrid scoring from this talented senior in the second half. But for now, Lawrence North leads this one 43-21. We'll step aside and get you all set for the second half right after this.
Thank you, calling Pop John's Cumberland. This is Kyle speaking.
The pizza's here! I know, right?
At Tom Wood, we believe you can't put a price on peace of mind, so we don't. With Tom Wood's lifetime powertrain coverage, you're protected for unlimited miles and unlimited time, all at no cost to you. Find the car you want the way you want at tomwood.com.
The MIC Network Game of the Week is a proud product of FrontRunner Media's Next Generation initiative. Thanks to FrontRunner, the MIC Network Game of the Week allows students around the MIC to get hands-on experience while working alongside media professionals. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by the hard-working students that make it possible. The MIC Network, led by students, powered by champions.
Two vehicles, same model, same color, same price. The difference? The Tom Wood vehicle is a better value because it comes with our exclusive lifetime powertrain coverage at no cost to you. Find the car you want the way you want at tomwood.com.
Thank you, calling Pop John's Cumberland. This is Kyle speaking.
The pizza's here!
Give me my Papa John's.
The cheese my favorite. I love the plane.
Is that Supreme? Good.
I really like
They scored touchdowns here. You gotta be able to get these guys off the field to get the nice punt.
Yeah.
Tom Wood's lifetime powertrain coverage includes the 4 most important systems in your vehicle for unlimited miles and unlimited time at no cost to you. Protection from expensive repairs for a lifetime. Find the car you want the way you want at tomwood.com.
The MIC Network Game of the Week is presented by Papa John's, the Indianapolis Marriott East Center, Brand Visions, and FrontRunner Media.
And back from Lawrence North High School, started tonight's MIC Network Game of the Week. It's all Lawrence North right now, leading 43-21. Alongside Will Matchett, I'm Josh Ayen. And again, it's been all Lawrence North in this one, thanks in large part as a collective group, their defense, but individually, Jayla Smith is getting it done offensively.
No doubt. 19 points right now and 4 threes. I mean, it's just really impressive what she's doing tonight. And you look at Lanaya early as well, and, 3 threes for her, 11 points. So, these other role players playing a big part in tonight's game and Ellen's lead right now.
You see Jayla Smith getting the scoring early on, and Smith doing more than just scoring as well. Able to dish it off, as you saw in that last play, and the dish to Sydney Hughes. But really, as we mentioned, when Smith gets it going, she gets it going, and she was on fire in that first half.
As I said, all-around player, probably their best two-way player. She can get the steal, she can get the block, as you guys are seeing in these great highlights, and she's a great facilitator as well.
And it's plays like this that show you exactly why she is taking her talents to West Lafayette next fall to play for the Purdue Boilermakers. As we mentioned too, Lawrence North playing some excellent defense, which has been a staple of this Chris Giffen program. Right now I've got them with forcing 6 turnovers against Zionsville. And we mentioned at the top of the broadcast too, Layla Hall and Katie Richardson were the 2 best players for this Zionsville squad. Right now they have combined for only 6 points.
Yeah, that's if Zionsville wants to get back in this game, they're going to have more production from Layla Hull and Katie Richardson. But, this LN, they are just suffocating their offense. They can't get any transition offense. They can't get any set plays going. So it's really hard for them right now. I can't blame them.
They've actually combined for 9 points, but my point still stands.
Yeah.
The 2 best players on the floor just aren't getting it done. If you're Zionsville, if you're head coach Andy McGuire, what do you say to the ladies on that team to try and get in some sort of rhythm offensively in the second half?
You just got to be smart with how you're, passing the ball around. I mean, but you said 6 turnovers, right? I mean, you just have to cut those out, get smart shots and make smart plays, open passes, and try to, push the pressure off of them. That's going to help a lot in this second half.
For Lawrence North, for head coach Chris Giffen, I'm sure it's a much easier message in that locker room.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. We've been talking about the LN defense all night, just all on Zionsville. 21 points in the first half for them, and they put up, 93 against Crispus Attucks in their last game. So, it's just been a great job by LN. Turnovers, blocks, and, back on the other end, transition offense and getting the bucket.
Well, we've got some more exciting action coming up in the second half. We'll step aside for a moment. We're watching the MIC Network Game of the Week.
At Tom Wood, we believe you can't put a price on peace of mind, so we don't. With Tom Wood's lifetime powertrain coverage, you're protected for unlimited miles and unlimited time, all at no cost to you. Find the car you want the way you want at tomwood.com.
Just seconds away from second half action here at the Jack Kiefer Gymnasium at Lawrence North High School. Again, Josh Ayen joined alongside Will Matchett for your MIC Network Game of the Week. Of course, this is not the only action we've got this week. On Friday night, MIC Network will be at Ben Davis High School to cover regional action between the Giants and the Carmel Greyhounds. It's basically a mini MIC tournament on the football side, on the southern half of the Class 6A bracket, Will.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting matchup. BD versus Carmel Greyhounds. Any MIC game never disappoints, that's for sure.
Meanwhile, as we flip back to the action here at Lawrence North, Again, it's been all Jayla Smith getting it done offensively, getting it done as basically a point forward and as well on the defensive side too. We'll see what Andy McGuire and company can do to cut into this 22-point deficit. Faith Leedy getting the start in the first half is blocked on that three-point attempt. Here comes another transition opportunity for Lawrence North to start the second half.
Like we were talking about, they have to cut out on these turnovers. I know Coach McGuire was stressing this during halftime.
Monica Williams with a hard drive inside off the glass for two.
Great take by Williams right there.
Williams is up to 7 as Lawrence North expands on their lead 45-21. Now Lawrence North showing a zone on defense. As Sophia Payline gets the second half start, gives it up to her teammate, that's no good. And Shamaria Walker, the senior, picks up the rebound. Taking it coast to coast, right hand, scoop to the hoop, and another pretty finish.
Very, very impressive take right there, coast to coast.
Walker finally on the board. She averages only 2 points. She averaged 2 points per game last season. You figure that number is only going to expand with some more minutes this year as Layla Hull gets her first second half points. She's in double figures.
They're going to need more of that. They are down big time in this second half, and they need some quick buckets, get some momentum.
Hull, the only double figure scorer for Zionsville right now. Katie Richardson, who's heading to Miami of Ohio next year, is still scoreless. Nigel Graves dribbles inside and gets the teardrop to fall.
The Zionsville defense just has no answer for their offense right now. Just keep taking it to them.
Graves joins the scoring party as Hull lines up a three. That's no good. And Walker with the rebound, outlet pass to Jayla Smith. It's a bit too far. And a turnover for Lawrence North. I actually thought that would go out on Jayla Smith instead. But the official on the far baseline says that Smith touched it last. Now this Zionsville squad, who is down a few members due to some quarantine issues, is in some trouble right now.
There's another steal.
Smith. Right
what a
hand
finish.
Scoop with another excellent finish. Up to 21. Jayla Smith putting on a scoring clinic throughout this contest, showing exactly why she is an early favorite to win this year's Miss Basketball.
Yeah, she's been looking great tonight.
Leedy will inbound it for Zionsville. Hull. Three-pointer is up and through. Layla Hull with her second three-pointer, leading the team with 16 points, but alas, it is not enough as Zionsville now finds themselves down by 25.
Yeah, Hull seems to be their only source of scoring right now. They need to try to get some other players involved, see if they can get some scores.
Monica Williams, meanwhile, called for the double dribble. Already 2 turnovers in the first 3 minutes for Lawrence North. Checking in now is Maya Childress for Zionsville. The Zionsville team in desperate need of a second score at the moment. Hull wide open for 3. That one is short.
Right idea.
The Zionsville team finally getting tested after
what a move.
An easy win last week as Jayla Smith making it look easy. But back to my point earlier, Zionsville getting a 93-15 win last week against Christmas Addicts. And Katie Richardson finally on the scoreboard. It took, well, it took about 19, almost 20 minutes for Richardson to get on the scoreboard.
I don't think anybody was expecting that.
And another turnover for Lawrence North. So despite the fact that they're still keeping pace scoring-wise, they have been a bit sloppy on the offensive end in the
yeah.
second half.
You know, Giffen, he's probably looking to clean that up a little bit for sure.
And you got to remember there are still some growing pains with this Lawrence North squad, but the most encouraging thing tonight is that they look more like the team that has been to Bankers Life Fieldhouse the last 2 years.
Oh, yeah.
Again, seeing a much improved Lawrence North team. Well, you and I were talking in the pregame, just watching their first game against Noblesville. It was kind of hard to watch at times.
Yeah, you know, for sure. This is nothing like we saw in that game. Very big improvement all around. You know, just great offense and excellent defense, both sides of the ball.
Well, Faith Leedy finally gets on the scoreboard with that three-pointer. Nigel Graves driving inside, and what a feed to Smith. He's rejected from behind. Sophia Payline picks up the loose ball. It's a 4-on-2 fast break as Leedy calls
Oh,
shot
man.
and nails it.
That is exactly what they need right now. Big three from Leedy.
Well, Lawrence North still ahead by a lot, but all of a sudden Zionsville cuts it to under 20 with 3.5 to go. Well, Papa John's is hiring delivery drivers at all our Indianapolis and surrounding locations. You must be 18 years old, have a great attitude, have at least 6 months of driving experience, a clean driving record, and insurance. Apply online at papajohns.com to set up your interview or text JOBS Jobs to 47272. Let's take another look at that last three-pointer by Faith Leedy. What a job, too, to just stop on the dribble and nail that three-pointer as well. That's kind of hard to do, especially considering Leedy is only a freshman.
Yeah, I was going to say the exact same thing. You know, all a team needs is a little bit of momentum, and they can get rolling. So, LN, they better pick up the sloppiness and, you know, get a little more clean, or this is going to become a game.
Again, Lawrence North still leading by 19, but Zionsville is trying to make this a game as Lanaya Early draws the foul in the lane. Early will head to the free throw line for the first time tonight. She has 11 points. The foul will go against Leedy. That's her second personal. First team foul for Zionsville. And Early goes 2 for 2 from the stripe. And a big improvement, too. She only shot 33% from the stripe last season.
Oh, yeah, I know Coach Giffen is loving what he's seeing tonight from her.
While on the other end of the floor, Ariel Helm picks up the foul on the floor. That is her third personal. Again, another foul on the floor, so now their team in a bonus situation right now. So now Faith Leedy will have to inbound it from a difficult spot along the baseline. That one again tipped away. Good job by Lawrence North to really make things difficult on the inbound.
Yeah, let's see if Zionsville can get the ball in and make something happen right here.
Well, Zionsville only with 1 turnover in this second half. Much more improvement from the first half. Richardson tees up a 3, that's short. Rebounded by Layla Hall. Hall feeds it inside, Richardson.
Oh,
Good
nice
feed
pass.
underneath, and Payline makes some pay with that two-pointer. Sophia Payline up to 9 points, and it's back to a 19-point game. Helm spins and draws the contact.
Caught a little play on words from you there, Josh.
You know me, I'm a pun master here. Been doing this for years. I'm pretty much the king of dad jokes over here, Will. The foul's going to go against Maya Childress. That was her second personal. And Helm knocks down the first free throw after missing 2 in the first half. Again, this Lawrence North squad showing much better signs of improvement throughout the course of the season, and they've got some much tougher tests to come throughout the course of this season. And that ball is heading back to Lawrence North after Childress couldn't collect the pass. Again, I know
is just not letting up at all.
But back to my point earlier about Lawrence North and the tough schedule, they have got a date with North Central coming up in a matter of days, a rematch of that Sectional 10 championship game. The infamous Powdergate game as Anijah Graves buries the 3-ball. Of course, that's what we call it here at the MIC Network, the Powdergate game. For those of you who didn't know about that sectional championship game, North Central was ahead in that one until a member of their own bench spilled some powder late in the fourth quarter. Lawrence North was able to take a breath, and they came back and won that game. And of course, aside from North Central, Lawrence North still has to run through the gauntlet of MIC opponents as well. And of course, this year the MIC is looking as tough as ever. You look at other teams around the conference. We mentioned North Central. Carmel much improved after an excellent second half of the season last year. Center Grove has got some players too. I know that is a team we'll be paying attention to as well.
Yeah, it's going to be a great year for ladies basketball in the MIC, no doubt.
Meanwhile, Katie Richardson checking back into the game for Zionsville. Again, only 2 points on the night for the Miami, Ohio commit. Smith facing a double team, and Richardson will be called for the bump.
And just that quick, back up to a 20-plus point lead for LN, up by 24 right now.
And just like that, Richardson will have to take a seat as she has 4 personal fouls. The only player right now on either side that's facing foul trouble.
Yeah, you know, players have their off nights. I think this is one for her, for sure.
Excellent high-low look will put Sydney Hughes at the free throw line. Hughes tonight, a bit quiet. She's got 4 points as he had to score in the second half. And she leaves that first free throw short. Only shot 47% from the stripe last year. Second free throw on the way. That is no good as well. Meanwhile, Layla Hull trying to do all she can to bring Zionsville back in this. And that one is too long. Instead, Hull gets the steal. 2-on-2 fast break.
Got it in.
And some good defense by Early, but a better play by Childress. She is up to 4. And with just 1 minute left in the third quarter, Lawrence North is still well in front, leading 60-38. Kayla Smith, meanwhile, with 23 points in this contest. And if Lawrence North is going to do anything about potentially going back to Bankers Life Fieldhouse for the 3rd year in a row, it's going to have to go through that young woman right there.
Yeah, no doubt.
Faith Leedy, meanwhile, picks up personal number 3. She will have to take a seat. Abby Eiler, the 5'7" junior, will check back into the game.
Look at Zionsville. They keep having these little sparks of momentum, but nothing too big that is making a huge impact on this game.
This has probably been, from an execution standpoint, one of the better quarters for Zionsville, but again, we knew this would be their first true test of the season. And there's still a lot of basketball to be played.
Yeah.
As long as everybody does their parts. to make sure that this season is able to be played out in full. And that has been the message from Andy McGuire, just talking with him earlier today. He knows this is going to be a much better team than last year, but it's going to take some time. And that was the exact same thing Chris Kiffin said. So you've got two teams that have plenty of room to grow throughout the course of the season.
I think both these teams are just, happy with being here and having this opportunity to just play right now.
Of course, as you take a look at the environment right now, you've got the two benches for both sides, socially distanced. But I mean, aside from the socially distanced benches, you've got the fans wearing masks, of course. It feels just like any other high school basketball game.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, a nasty swipe on Ariel Helm. And it doesn't look, I don't think there was actually a foul called.
Yeah, it looked pretty clean from our part.
Well, Chris Kiffin is frustrated over on the Lawrence North bench. He wanted that foul. So with 18 seconds to go, let's see if Lawrence North will hold for the final shot. We've got a turnover, near turnover.
Great defense.
Sydney Hughes coughs it up. And good hustle by this Zionsville defense.
They're trying anything they can get right now. They want it. They want the ball. They want to try to get back in this game.
Of course, you hear the cheering from the benches, just trying to do anything they can do to keep the spirits positive for this Zionsville squad.
Yeah.
Now Zionsville will hold for one final shot. Will it be Payline or Eiler? Eiler from deep. And that was not even in the same zip code. So now Lawrence North takes a 62-38 lead into the fourth quarter. Eight more minutes of action here on your MIC Network Game of the Week.
Tom Wood, we believe you can't put a price on peace of mind, so we don't. With Tom Wood's lifetime powertrain coverage, you're protected for unlimited miles and unlimited time, all at no cost to you. Find the car you want the way you want at tomwood.com.
Well, the secret is out about one of Indianapolis's best hotel choices. The Marriott East team will make sure you are safe and secure during your stay. With amenities like the Skylight Bistro and the Business Center, everything you need is right there on site. And at the Marriott East, a great stay doesn't have to cost a great deal of money. The next time you need a hotel room or a safe place to hold your meeting, contact the folks at the Marriott East, located just off Shadeland on 21st Street in Indianapolis. If you're just joining us, Lawrence North leads Zionsville 62-38 on the girls basketball side. Already week 2 of girls basketball action here in the Hoosier State. Again, Josh Ayen joined alongside Will Matchin, and it's been a lot of fun, at least for one team.
Yeah, LN looks like they're having a lot of fun out there.
Nigel Graves has it now, gets the screen and kicks it out. The traveling violation will go against Lanaya Early. The 5th second half turnover for this Wildcat squad.
Yeah, Coach Giffen looking a little aggressive over there.
You've got to love it, even though his team is up by 24 right now.
Oh, yeah.
He is not letting up one bit.
You'd never let up. If you're up by 50, 10, 2, doesn't matter.
Layla Hull, meanwhile, draws the contact, but she can't get the basket. Hull, as we mentioned at the top of this broadcast, getting some Division I interest. You can see why. She has been the best player tonight for this Zionsville squad. She knocks down the first free throw. Right now, Hull with 17 points, and including 5 of 5 from the free throw stripe.
Yeah, great game from her, despite what the overall score says.
And while Jayla Smith, the best player for Lawrence North tonight, checks in after a quick breather. And Hull knocks down the second free throw, cutting it down to a 22-point deficit. Williams with a shimmy. And
bad pass.
And a bad outlet pass to Graves. Luckily, that last hit, an Eagle, so Lawrence North will maintain possession. Smith going to work against Hull. Trying to create separation, gives it up to Graves. Three-pointer off the mark. And a foul underneath the basket.
A great hustle from Hughes, Coach always loves hustle and offensive rebounds, crashing that glass.
Layla Hull picks up the foul. That is her third personal. So a couple of players for this Zionsville squad in foul trouble, including Hull. Katie Richardson with 4 personals. In a 1-on-1 situation, Sydney Hughes isn't able to convert at the stripe. Here's another steal after Katie Wright wasn't able to collect that pass. Williams, a hard foul underneath. That one looks like it'll go against Eiler.
Great job by LN staying aggressive, even they're up by 22 still, and still being very aggressive on the defensive end as well as the offensive end.
The foul actually goes against Maya Childress, her third personal. So 3 players right now for Zionsville with at least 3 personal fouls. Williams at the stripe, can't knock that one down. And if there's one thing to knock about Lawrence North tonight, Will, it's got to be their free throw shooting.
Yeah, it has not been on point, and I'm sure Coach would love to see that improve over the next week or two. Tougher matchups, and those are going to be crucial in those big games.
Williams goes 1 of 2. Meanwhile, Eiler takes it in the lane and draws the foul. That is only the 4th team foul, rather 5th, on Lawrence North as we've got a 30-second timeout on the floor. Well, the MIC Network is happy to bring you some of the best high school sports action anywhere. This is our 6th year of showcasing the athletes, teams, and programs from the best conference. This year we have a great schedule of games. Please check our website and social media platforms to stay up to date on any changes. Remember, the best action and the best coverage is on the MIC Network. Speaking of great games, as we mentioned at the top of the second half, we've got a great IHSAA Class 6A regional coming up on Friday as the MIC Network will cover the Ben Davis and Carmel game. Coming out of the timeout, Lawrence North nearly forces another turnover. Zionsville, by my count, only has 2 second-half turnovers.
Man, this defense is really on point tonight.
A very stingy defense, like you said, Will. So we've got another foul on the floor. It's going to go against Sydney Hughes, her second personal, team 6th. So one more puts Zionsville in the bonus.
Yeah, if they keep this up, these other teams in the MIG better watch out.
Well, we knew Lawrence North was definitely going to be a contender. The question was, how much of a contender with all of their new talent sliding into the starting lineup. As we mentioned, you've got 4 teams that I think have a good shot of being top dog in the MIC this year. Lawrence North, North Central, Carmel, and Center Grove. Will, if you have to pick your top team right now in the MIC, who would it be on the girls basketball side?
I really like North Central. Meg Newman, Arizona State commit. She's very, very good. I mean, I think I saw she is top 50 in the country in her class. So that's going to be, that's going to be something exciting to look out for as she, plays this season.
Meg Newman, a potential Miss Basketball candidate. Meanwhile, Jayla Smith continuing to stack onto her Miss Basketball resume, as she has possession right now in the lane. Plus the foul. Jayla Smith continuing to get it done on the floor.
She is on another planet right now, Josh. The performance she's putting on tonight, just putting on a clinic against Zionsville right now.
Smith with 27 points right now, and counting.
Yeah, still 6 minutes left. Who knows what she's going to do.
Meanwhile, Layla Hull takes a seat. Katie Richardson with her 4 personals will come in. We'll see if Smith can get to 30. She's 2 points away from that.
I think she will, no doubt.
Well, with 5:56 to go, that is very doable. But as you see, Chris Giffen will let Jayla Smith take a breather, perhaps for the last time tonight.
Come on, Coach. You got to let her get to 30.
Well, we'll see. We still got plenty of action to come. And it is senior night, too, so if you're Coach Giffen, you want to give those seniors that walk-off.
Yeah.
Of course, Lawrence North recognizing 4 seniors tonight. Along with Jayla Smith, you've got Anijah Graves, Sydney Hughes, and Shamaria Walker. Meanwhile, Ariel Helm will check out. Sydney Hughes, one of the seniors, gets perhaps her walk-off. Sydney Hughes in the Senior Day celebration mentioned that she is going to be studying business marketing when she goes to college next fall. That was actually my major in college. For the first time, we see Caitlin McKinday check in for Zionsville, the 5'4" sophomore. Abby Eiler along the baseline, stolen by Walker. 2-on-1 fast break, Walker.
Got it.
Off the glass and in for 2. Shamaria Walker with 4 points. Good feed underneath the basket. Eiler can't finish. Here comes Lanaya early the other way with a long 2. That's too strong.
Rebound.
And Walker collects the offensive rebound and the foul.
And looking at these inbound passes from Zionsville, nothing. You know, you see all these tip passes and, eventually ending up for a steal for Lawrence North. So, the story has been all night. LN just suffocating this Zionsville offense.
Walker knocks down the first free throw as Anijah Graves will check out. Head coach Chris Giffen going deeper into the bench as we go through this 4th quarter. Walker rattles home the second free throw. She is up to 6 with 5:13 to go. Like we mentioned, not Zionsville's night, but Andy McGuire still has higher expectations for this team. Now coming into the game for the first time, Ariel Miller, the 5'8" junior. Monica Williams will take a seat.
We talked about Richardson being a huge role for the Zionsville team, and she just hasn't come up tonight at all.
A rare off night for sure. As early with a 2-on-2 fast break. Helm nearly gets the and 1. Instead, she will go back to the line. Now we've got another substitution as Leah Petty, a 5'6" sophomore, rather. We will see Leah Petty in just a moment. And taking the seat will be Lanaya Early, who had a very strong performance tonight with 13 points.
Yeah, I think she was probably the biggest key factor behind Jayla Smith in this one. Big time threes and great on the defensive end as well.
That's really encouraging to see, too, because we mentioned how Jayla Smith was going to be this go-to person. As they continue to see tougher competition in the MIC, it's going to be helpful for Chris Giffen to have a second reliable scorer to take the load off of Jayla Smith.
Yeah.
Helm goes 1 of 2 from the stripe. She's up to 7 points. Hall, good feed to Richardson with her second bucket of the day.
It's better late than never.
Richardson playing on the same AAU team, Indiana Elite, as another fellow MIC All-Star in Meg Newman. A lot of local connections, especially on the AAU circuit for these teams. That was actually a good way that Chris Giffen had to prepare for tonight's game, because coming into tonight, he did not have film on on the Zionsville Crispus Attucks game. So he had to adjust, just solely relying on previous knowledge, as Layla Hull with a potential and one opportunity.
That was all her. 2 blocks on the defensive end and transition into offense. Great dribble drive and 1 opportunity.
Well, Hull continues to be the lone bright spot tonight for this Zionsville team. Richardson with the offensive board and the bucket. Richardson finally waking up out there, but it's too little too late.
Yeah, I'm sure Coach McGuire, he'd rather see this now than, he'd surely like to have seen it earlier in this game, but, it's always nice to see some bright spots.
Well, Richardson nearly got the basket as Coach Giffen screamed to his team to stop fouling. You could probably hear that from outside the high school.
Yeah.
Richardson knocks down that first free throw. She is up to 7. Well below her average of last season of 12.1 points per game. Again, a lot of credit goes to this Lawrence North defense. So now Lawrence North leading by 25 as we are in the final minutes of this one. Got plenty more of basketball coverage throughout the course of the season, as long as there is a basketball season to be played. With the ball now is Imani Washington, who gives it up to Walker. Walker gets the screen and gives it up. In the lane with the teardrop
nice
off the glass and in for 2. Leah Petty, the 5'6" sophomore, gets on the board. Meanwhile, Hall with another turnover. Washington Cobb picks it up and gives it up to Walker. Under 3 minutes to go in this one, all Lawrence North all night. 3-pointer is up. That's no good. Rebound, Michaela Washington Cobb picking up the loose change.
Really nice finish.
Washington Cobb on the scoreboard for the first time tonight. Inside, a nice stop and pop by Layla Hall. Hall is up to 22. And it looks like we have seen the last of the seniors tonight. Everybody on the Lawrence North bench in no rush to get up tonight. I'm sorry, Will, I know you wanted to see a 30-point performance from Jayla Smith tonight. I think 28 will have to suffice.
Yeah, I guess it'll do.
While Layla Hull will be heading back to the free throw line. I'm almost curious to see what some of the schools are that have been expressing interest in Hull, because I'm sure the list is only going to continue to grow as she progresses through her high school basketball career.
You have to think after this game, was it Zionsville's offense that was struggling the most, or was it Ellen's defense that was just really on point tonight?
It might just be a combination of both.
Yeah.
Again, the first real test of the season for Zionsville. Coming off a 93-15 win over Crispus Attucks, and no disrespect to Crispus Attucks, but they are not really on the same planet compared to Lawrence.
Yeah.
North.
Oh, yeah.
So it's back to a 25-point game as Petty tees up a three. That is short. And McKinday with the loose ball wide open underneath.
Oh.
An awkward shot by Alyssa McCarthy. The ball will be heading back to Lawrence North. We mentioned in the first half that Layla Hull and Katie Richardson combined for 9 points in the first half. Look at the second half scoreboard. The two have combined for 32, so law of averages playing out a little more.
Yeah.
But 24 of those 32 points came from Layla Hull.
Yeah, she's been big time. If this Zionsville team wants to, make better improvements throughout this season, they're going to need Richardson to make some big steps, after a struggling second game.
And again, that just goes back to the point I made, flipping it back to Lawrence North. You need that second go-to score, and, it was a balanced effort. You look at Lanaya Early, who finished in double figures.
Yeah.
Zionsville did not have that second score. Meanwhile, Caitlin McKinday on the board with that two. Walker in the lane, loses control, but it was last touched by Richardson. As we are in the final minute of play. So Lawrence North will improve their record to 2-1 after a very surprising opening season loss to Zionsville, or rather Noblesville. Lawrence North will move to 1-1 against Hoosier Crossroads Conference competition. Again, some more tough opponents on deck, including an early season test against North Central. And that's something that Coach Giffen really takes pride in, the fact that he schedules some of the best teams in Central Indiana on a yearly basis.
Oh, I love how you talk about, every team needs that second player to back up that star. Look back at the state championship team last year for LN. They had Christian Young, Katie Davidson. It was a really stacked team. And, tonight they had that second role player in Lanaya Early.
Katie Wright on the board with that three-pointer, and that might be the final icing on the cake as Lawrence North will take a 20-point win, winning 77-57 over Zionsville. By far the most impressive win in this young season for Lawrence North.
Yeah, tremendous win. They were just all around great on defense and as well on the offensive side. Just, Zionsville had no answer for them.
And Will, I'll give you three guesses on who tonight's MIC Network player of the game is going to be.
I'm going to have to go with Jayla Smith 3 times.
You are correct, sir. You see Jayla Smith walking off on your screen. An excellent evening for the Purdue commits. Jayla Smith finishing tonight with 28 points, just too shy of a 30-point game, but still getting it done all over the floor.
Yeah.
Inside the arc, outside, finding her teammates, setting them up well, and, of course, defensively.
Yeah. Steals, rebounds, blocks. She's got it all, and
right there, one of her first buckets of the evening. We also look at the box score for her. 4 3-pointers. All 4 of them came in the first half. She didn't necessarily need to shoot it from deep in the second half just because of how well Lawrence North, or just because of how much cushion the Wildcats gave themselves in the first. Wildcats, of course, taking a 43-21 point in the first half. That lead would only continue to balloon throughout the course of this game, leading by more than 25 at a couple of points throughout this contest. And and instead they will settle for a 77-57 game, but nonetheless a very impressive outing tonight for Lawrence North.
Yeah, story of the night, defense, 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 all over the place. You know, look throughout this game, Zionsville just struggled to get the ball inbound. So, you know, it's just a tremendous performance from everyone on the LN defense. And you look at the offensive side as well, just great ball movement. And Jayla Smith, you know, player of the game, great job, deadly from behind the arc, and being able to just pass the ball and create space for her teammates. That's the kind of player that Coach Giffen wants on his team.
Lawrence North looking more and more like the team that has made it to Bankers Life Fieldhouse 2 years in a row. Of course, more tough opponents on deck and a loaded schedule for Lawrence North. But that's going to do it for us tonight here at the Jack Keefer Gymnasium. But don't forget, Friday night, the MIC Network is going to be at Ben Davis High School for an IHSAA regional contest between the Ben Davis Giants and the Carmel Greyhounds. Round 2 of the Greyhounds and the Giants. It was all Carmel in that one. I'm thinking it will be a little bit closer this time around.
Yeah, both teams, you know, got it together at the end of the season, and I think we're in store for an excellent regional matchup.
Football season winding down, but don't forget to tune in on Tuesday night, November 17th, as the MIC Network is going to recognize the MIC Network Offensive and Defensive Players of the Year. That's right, the MIC Network will be returning with our Around the MIC show. It's going to be held at our new studios as well. Going to be really exciting as we unveil the Offensive and Defensive Players of the Year for football.
Yeah, it's going to be a great time. Hope you guys tune in.
Well, again, that's going to do it for us tonight. 77-57 is your score here at Lawrence North. The Wildcats improve their record to 2-1. For Will Matchett, I'm Josh Ayen, and for our very talented Frontrunner Media crew, we want to wish you all a good night.
The MIC Network Game of the Week is presented by Papa John's, the Indianapolis Marriott East Center, Brand Visions, and Frontrunner Media.